My dad purposefully got HIV because he's a self-proclaimed bug chaser and he thinks that it's hot. And no, I'm not
Her dad got HIV because he thinks it's hot. Okay.
joking because he methodically was planning to do this for years. When we were children, he started to buy books about AIDS and the AIDS epidemic. He would read them and then he would come up to our family and my other
It's crazy the strains of autism there are, because I have like the autism where you become obsessed with like jujitsu or some shit like that, right? And then you got like the Elon Musk autism where you're building rockets. And then you got the autism where you're obsessed with getting AIDS and you're reading about AIDS and giving yourself AIDS because you think it's hot. It's a lottery. It's a lottery. The autism lottery. Some of us are rocket scientists and others choose to get AIDS.
other siblings and tell us about how amazing it was to be able to take care of victims of the AIDS epidemic and how wouldn't it be such a good cause? And how we just feel so bad for all of those victims and how they just want someone to take care of them. This was all methodic planning so my dad could help us become desensitized for when he developed HIV. About 2 years ago, my family received a call about how my dad was extremely sick. He had rashes on his body, he couldn't sleep, night sweats, all of these horrible things. He genuinely seemed like he was going to die. He goes to the hospital a couple of days later, and then we get a call. He had developed 3 STDs, one of them being HIV. Yes, I confronted him about getting...
How do you even go about, like, say I wanted HIV, which I don't, okay? But say I did in this fictional scenario. How do you even do that? Is it even legal? Like, if I were to go on, like, Tinder and just swipe, right, yes, say yes to everybody. I shoot him a message saying, hey, do you have HIV? Do you have HIV? To everybody. And one of them says yes, and say we agree for them to give it to me. Is that even allowed? Because it seems this isn't fucking chicken pox. Like when the parents are given having those chicken pox parties, so their kid will get chicken pox. This shit kills you.
Getting it on purpose. He did not deny this, because why would he? He chose to abandon his family so he could then pursue this life of bug chasing and being...
Imagine your father abandoning you. And I'm only laughing because this is just a fucking insane. And it's not because he has a second family. It's not because he's going out to get milk. No, it's because he just wants to get AIDS from somebody. What kind of fucking world are we living in? This is I don't what are the motivations to get AIDS? It's only bad things happen when you get it. You get skinny, your immune system starts working against you and you fucking die. Why would you want that?
With other bug chasers. Not only did he try to groom me to be his partner and his toy, but he also wanted us, his family, to take care of him when he purposefully self-destructed. And I'm not supposed to talk about this either, but I hate him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you for hating him. He left you to get AIDS, and then he tried to give it to you, and then made you take care of him while he's dying of AIDS. What the fuck? This is a weird type of mental illness. I've never even...
Dad purposefully got
it
AIDS.
doesn't... Most things, like, kind of make sense. Like, oh, if you're fucking murdering people, it's like, okay, you're doing it for your own pleasure or whatever the fuck. Like, there's really no pleasure, it seems, being derived from this. Unless it's a sick kink. I'm talking, that's one of the sickest kinks I've ever heard in my life. So this isn't even new. This is not even a new thing. This guy says, dude, this has been around forever. Find the documentary The Gift on YouTube. I just want to see why do some people bug chase? I mean, okay. Okay, a lot of clients I see who are chasers, they are bug chasers for various reasons. In New York City, being HIV positive gives them access to housing, free healthcare, financial assistance. And so does being poor, though. You don't need HIV to get healthcare and financial assistance. I'm pretty sure you could just apply for that shit. They don't have to worry about contracting HIV if they're constantly seeking it. And getting it will bring them relief. Okay, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. Survivor's guilt. Okay, this one makes sense to me. Because if all this guy's friends died in the 80s from AIDS and HIV, and he survived, I could see the survivor's guilt. That makes sense. But then it's like, what's the issue? Survivor's guilt only goes so far. Now you're trying to give your daughter AIDS, and then you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if that really applies for this guy in particular. It's a form of self. Okay. Yeah, I mean, ultimately, I think it's just a kink for this guy. America's fucked, really. 'Cause if the economy's that bad where people are getting AIDS so they can get free housing, I think that's a sign that we might be in trouble. We might be in a little bit of trouble. I used to have a friend who was a bug chaser. He had some regrets, unfortunately. Rather than getting real medical help, he read online that drinking your own piss cures AIDS, but it doesn't. That would be the biggest nightmare ever. Being a bug chaser, getting AIDS purposely, and then regretting it. I mean, holy moly. I have heard this. If you see someone with a biohazard tattoo, that is supposed to be a silent symbol to other bug chasers that is who they are. Or that they already have HIV and don't mind giving it to others. What the fuck? I'm learning a lot today. So apparently there's something called gift givers, which is the opposite of a bug chaser. They love giving AIDS to people. This thread, it's like a fucking college course on HIV. I want to see if this girl's like trolling or something. Be Lisa, but I'm famous. There's more.
Yes, my dad did groom me so I would be his partner. However, my brother was actually supposed to be the one. In fact, the only reason I was groomed was because my brother had to go away to a group home till he turned 18 because my brother tried to SA me. And after he went away, my dad just decided to pick me. My brother is adopted, so it made...
She was the backup. That can't be good for her confidence. Among the many other things, fucked up things going on in her life.
More sense for my dad to pursue him rather than to pursue me. But another reason he picked me, and I don't think he intended this, but both me and my brother have autism, and so does my dad. And I think
Let me replay that. I might have broke that up a bit.
this, but both me and my brother have autism, and so does my dad. And I think
I fucking called it.
he liked knowing that we had a common place. I wasn't diagnosed at the time, but I was showing a lot of symptoms that obviously my dad had. So my dad just picked me. But then after my brother came back from the group home and started to kind of get his life on track, my dad went back to being super attached and to grooming him way more severely than he groomed me. It began to get really weird. You would find my dad like peeking under my brother's door in the middle of the night. Every time you walked in a room with them, my dad would be like massaging my brother's feet, and then there would be a really weird look on each other's faces. And the whole reason I found out that my dad was secretly gay was because my brother told me, because my dad told my brother. So, yeah, technically I wasn't even supposed to be the one that got groomed, but you know, luck of the draw. Yeah.
Jesus. All right, here's the update.
My bug-chasing father is no longer in the house. Him and my mother ended up divorcing, I believe, close to 2 years ago. My mom is still a very strict Christian. She doesn't teeter on psychosis really as much anymore, and her nervous system has calmed down. However, me and her cannot speak about certain things because she will trigger me and can cause flashbacks and other reactions. And it's because she's unable to comprehend the capacity of the past, and she's unable to understand how my father's actions have destroyed my life. I experienced an extremely different childhood than the rest of my siblings because my dad isolated me specifically from all of them. I also have issues with my mom because she chose to homeschool me when I was a child and didn't let me have any friends, so that in turn isolated me.
I mean, somebody's just got to fucking rescue this girl. Holy moly. It ain't going to be me, but somebody. She has not said a good thing. Everything about this girl's life is hell.
More, which kept me being more abused. I still live with my mother and we do get along, but we have to be very cautious with how we talk to each other because it is very easy to trigger one another. I also just, in general, can't have flashbacks or other issues around her because she only knows how to threaten to call the cops on me, or she will tell me that I need to go to God and I need to pray or read the New Testament. My goal is hopefully to leave this house at some point in my life so then I can get full-blown EMDR therapy and I can do all of the work that I need to do so I can get away from the horrors of my life. My bug chasing...
I mean, you got to move out now. It doesn't matter if you got to work at fuck McDonald's. Don't matter.